After covering Luna with a shadow barrier, I went over to the Knight Leader. Is everything over here confirmed finished? Just about. Seems like the guy you and your friend took out was the source. Speaking of, where is she? Resting. She used too much mana. That's reasonable. That big attack of hers was impressive. If everything is taken care of here, then we should check the other gates, right? I was just about to give the order. After saying that, he walked to the center of the crowd of knights and adventurers and called out the order to join at the other gates. I was about to go back to Luna when the crowd moved all at once. I was relatively close to the center, so I was dragged along to the next gate. We ended up at the west gate and saw that the battle here was entering its final stages. There were still lots of undead, but they were mostly skeletons of forest animals. I could see what looked like the one who was in charge of maintaining the necromancy get impaled on a spear that was thrown by a large bearman. He was carried by the momentum and the spear ended up embedded in the wall with the necromancer still skewered on it. The undead started to crumble like they did on our battlefield earlier, signaling victory for us. I tried moving to the edge of the crowd before it moved on again. I really wanted to get back to Luna. I made it to the edge and started to make my way back when I heard someone calling out to me from the shadows. Velvet, come over here. I looked at where the voice was coming from to see my mother standing there. I ran over to her, and she started asking questions. Explain the situation. I know about the undead and who caused it, but I need to know where the bastard is or if he escaped already. Also, where is the goddess's future wife? Why aren't you with her? I'll explain everything in a bit. Meet me in the shadow of the wall by the south gate. That is where Luna is, and I need to get back to her. Did something happen to her? No, like I said, I'll explain at the south gate. I said as I turned and started running south. It took me an hour to get back to where Luna was. My shadow barrier still up. I dispelled it and saw Luna leaning against the wall, asleep. I sighed in relief since it seemed like she was no longer in pain. I know she's my friend and all, and the goddess even reassured me. But why was I so extremely worried about Luna? That's because you are her apostle. That makes you connected on a fundamental level. It's also the reason she got so pissed when you were injured earlier. I see. While I was ruminating on what I just learned, Luna started waking up. My mother also arrived at the same time. I'm here now, Velvet. Start explaining. You're too impatient. Wait for Luna to wake up and we can explain everything we know. So, this is the one the goddess is going to marry? She's looks so cute, and I feel some sort of draw to pet her tails. I wouldn't recommend it, though there were some extenuating circumstances. The last time someone did that, they lost an arm. What Velvet said, while I won't react as bad as that time, only Tamamo and I can touch my tails. You good now, Luna? The pain is gone, and I was able to rest a bit, but I can still barely move. Then how about we hold off on our discussion and move to a different place? Weren't you the one wanting answers immediately, Mother? Yes, but it can wait now that I've met her. I'll bring us to our place with shadow travel. That way we can talk while she rests somewhere more comfortable than on the ground. Mother used her shadow travel skill and we instantly found ourselves in my room. Of all the places you could bring us to, why does it have to be my room? Because I thought it would be funny. You weren't kidding when you said you like collecting masks, Velvet. I wouldn't joke about that. They all look nice, though I want to break that one over there. Why? That is a rare mask designed by a previous hero. It cost me 200 gold. Because that mask comes from a game where it's used to make the moon fall from the sky. In a world where magic is a normal thing, I don't want to take any chances of that happening. I went pale and looked back at the mask. I took it from where it was hanging and handed it to Luna. She froze and shattered it into diamond dust. Whatever past hero made that has a bad sense of humor. As me and Luna were discussing things like normal, my mother coughed and brought our attention back to her. I'm glad the two of you get along well, but can we move on to other matters now? Sorry about that. Let me introduce myself. I am Luna Reed, an adventurer and, since you clearly already know, Tamamo's future wife. It's nice to meet you. I'm Sonia Belmont, Velvet's mother and acting leader of the vampires of Savannah Kingdom. Acting leader? I passed my position down to Velvet about a year ago, but when you came along and the goddess told her to join you, I took back the role. Sorry for interrupting your retirement then. It's fine. Velvet barely did anything anyway. She just pushed all the work onto Steward, our steward, and went around doing what she liked. Luna looked over to me with a deadpan look. Don't judge me. That job is really boring and all the work I ever had was ordering other people around and occasional paperwork. I guess this explains why you know all of these hidden, but great shops and places around the city. Anyway, now that you've introduced yourselves, we can move on to what you know. Mother. Fine. To start off, what happened to that damn porpoise? Did he escape again? He's dead. I killed him. Then I thank you for that, Lady Luna. He has been a pain for us for a long time, especially after what happened 60 years ago at the coastal city. Though I wonder why he acted so fast and with such a bad plan? Tamamo said his mind was eroded by a curse from the god of death, so that is the reason I'm sticking with. As good of a reason as any. What are you going to do about your tails? If you have a way to hide one, you should. Unless you're planning on telling the world you're on your way to be a goddess. I have that covered. I'm just getting used to the feeling of it for now. Can you move more now? Yeah. Luna stood up and took a shaky step forward. Ugh, I hate this feeling of my legs being asleep. She stood still for a second and then moved around some more to get the feeling back in her legs. That's better. Now, what should we going to do? Go and check the other gates or wait and report to the guild tomorrow? You two should rest here for now and go to the guild tomorrow. I think the knights and adventurers will have everything sorted out now, but I'll send some subordinates out tonight to check the forests for any straggling cultists. I guess I should make my way back to the inn. Then, no, Lady Luna, you're staying here for the night. She's right. Luna, you may be able to move again, but you still look tired. Rest in here for now. I'll get someone to prepare a room for you. Velvet, come with me. Thanks then. By the way, is there a bath here? I feel gross and I stink of undead. We'll have someone get it ready. Me and my mother left my room and headed toward the meeting room. On the way there, Mother asked me a question. What aren't you telling me, Velvet? What do you mean? Since about 2 weeks and a bit ago, you've been acting different. When you talk about Lady Luna, you get more animated than normal. Oh, that. I'll explain, but you need to keep it to yourself. The goddess told me to do the same. 2 weeks ago, we hunted orcs in the forest to the south, and on the way back, an undead bear came at us. Luna used her fox transformation skill and we beat it. At that time, I picked up Luna due to an impulse and gained a title. What title? Apostle of Fluff. Mother stopped dead in her tracks. Her eyes widened as she looked at me, her shock evident. Rein yourself in before you start yelling. I was told not to let Luna know, and if you start yelling, she will hear you. Velvet, this is a big deal. Why didn't you tell me this before? Because I didn't know how to bring it up. I can't just come home and go. Guess what? I'm an apostle now. Now can I? That's true. But this is a good thing. You have reached a point where most would kill to be at. Even I'm a bit jealous, honestly. So, what kind of things happened to you as an apostle? For now, not much. Since I gained the title, my hair has been softer and fluffier as the most prominent effect. Once Luna ascends is when the title will really mean something. Mother reached out and touched my hair. Damn, Velvet, this could be addicting. I know, right? And this is nothing compared to Luna. It was only for a second, but I did feel her hair when she was in her fox form, and let me tell you, I can still feel the feeling on my hands. I do remember you looking disappointed every time you touched something soft recently, so that's the reason. The thing is, the title also negates the addiction of fluff, but I can't get it out of my mind. I wish you would just let me brush her tails at least once, since you did good this time. Velvet, I'll try to get Luna to let you do that only once. Goddess, is Luna alright? She fell asleep again. I was listening to your conversation and making sure Luna couldn't hear you. I appreciate the thought, but why a sudden reward like that? With your help, and a little of Atmos's meddling, Luna was able to get her second tail faster than she thought she would, meaning she can now head to the Celestia Kingdom and put some things to rest there. If that doesn't deserve some kind of reward, then I don't know what does. Thank you, Goddess. Don't mention it, but do remember, if Luna accepts, try your best not to get lost in the fluff. Your title negates the addiction. Yes, but Luna is the abyss of fluff, meaning you can still be drawn into it. I'll remember that. I'm going back to watching Luna sleep now. She made herself even cuter by wrapping herself in her tails. I don't think I was supposed to hear that last part. Do you get to talk to the goddess like that often? No, though she does speak to me from time to time. It's not much, at least not as much as Luna. The two of them talk all the time, and when I'm there, I get completely forgotten. It's kind of depressing. He. Don't worry, Velvet. You'll meet someone one day and act the exact same. I hope that's true. Author's note, I present to you all a new chapter. Today we see Velvet's side of things. I hope it was enjoyable for you all. Now a question. Will Luna let Velvet brush and pet her tails? If so, will Velvet be able to resist the pull of the abyss? Find out probably in the next chapter. I have been your author. Thanks for reading. Luna. Hey, Luna, you need to wake up. I felt someone shaking me and heard them calling out to me. I opened my eyes and saw Velvet standing over me. You awake now? I nodded my head and rubbed my eyes. Sorry, I didn't think I would fall asleep again. It's fine, I'll show you to the bathroom so you can clean up and then we can eat something. Thanks. Sleepy Luna is so cute. Tamamo is cuter, though I don't even know if you sleep. I can, but I haven't in about 15 years. Then one day I'll get you to sleep, and I'll stare at you the whole time. You foo. Luna, you know you're talking out loud, right? Sorry, guess I'm not as awake as I thought. I'm not really good with mornings sometimes. It's only been about 30 minutes since we got here. Oh, anyway, here is the bathroom. I guess you have clothes in your inventory? Yep, I'll see you in a bit. Velvet, just don't fall asleep in there. I'll have to be the one to get you out. And I don't want the goddess to hit me with divine punishment for peeking at you, even if it's necessary. I'll do my best. I entered the bathroom and cleaned off all of the grime and dust from the battle. I washed my hair and tails with the shampoo and conditioner me and Blake made a while back. I'm glad we remembered how to make this, though I was surprised no past heroes did it first. Hey Luna, do me a favor and let Velvet brush your tails tonight. Why? I said I would reward her for helping you get your second tail so soon, and she, though she hides it from you, wants to brush your tails at least once. Will she be okay? I have the Abyssal Fluff title, remember. I don't want Velvet to become broken? Why is that last part a question? I don't feel like broken is the best way to put it, but I can't think of any other word for it. I see. She'll be fine. She has enough willpower to resist, though if she willingly gives in is up to her. I'm fine with it then, but only once, and only because you are the one asking. Okay then. I finished scrubbing my head and tails, then washed them off. I soaked in the bath for a bit before getting out, drying off, and getting dressed. When I left the bathroom, Velvet was coming down the hallway. I thought you actually fell asleep again. I didn't. I was talking to Tamamo and lost track of time. By the way, she told me about what you two discussed, and I'll let you brush my tails tonight, but only tonight. When I finished saying this, Velvet's eyes started to sparkle. Truly, yes. Thank you. Calm down. Before anything, can we eat? Oh right, follow me. Mother is waiting for us. Do I need to hide my second tail? For a little bit. Yeah, okay. I used my illusion magic to make it seem like I only had one tail. I'll need to buy something I can wear to enchant it with illusion magic. It'll be a pain to consciously keep a spell going like this. I have a few plain accessories you can use. After we eat, I'll let you choose one. Are you sure? Yeah, it's not like I ever wear them anyway. Thanks then. No problem. We came up to the dining room and entered. I could see Velvet's mother sitting at the head of the table and a few other people were moving about. Most of them were dressed in cliché-made clothes, and next to Velvet's mother was an old man in butler-like clothes. Oh hello, steward. Greetings Lady Velvet. You must be Lady Luna. It's a pleasure to meet you. I am Steward, the steward of the Belmont clan and second in command of the organization in the Savannah Kingdom. Nice to meet you, Mr. Steward. I am Luna Reed, daughter of Marquis Deacon Reed and head priestess of the Shrine of the Moon Amaji Reed, and adventurer. There is no need to call me Mr. I am just a simple steward. I feel it's only polite to speak that way when meeting someone for the first time. Very well. That's enough for introductions. Sit down and we can eat. I'm sure you're both starving. Steward, please inform the guildmaster that Luna and Velvet will give their reports to him tomorrow. Yes ma'am. Mr. Steward left through the door. Velvet and I came in through. We sat down and a few of the maids placed plates in front of us with something I haven't seen in a long time. Oh, I haven't had fish in a long time. It's no surprise. You lived in the Shrine Village, correct? I'm more surprised that you've had saltwater fish before. It was only a few times. I know one of the heroes that chose to stay in this world. He had to go to the port city a few times and he brought back some fish from there. Since he's good friends with my dad and married my mom's personal assistant, he would share what he brought back with him. Oh, which hero was this? I know of two of them. The blacksmith. I see. I'll have to send someone there and commission a weapon then. I'm due for an upgrade and I wouldn't mind having something made by a former hero. If you want, I can give you an introduction letter. I don't know how effective it would be, but he might give you a discount. I'll take you up on that offer. Speaking of heroes, you should tell everyone in your organization to avoid the alchemist at all costs. Oh right, I remember you saying that he was obsessed with vampires. Obsessed? In the sense that it's more a fetish. I see. I'll ask Steward to send out notice when he gets back. We continued our meal, which was delicious, and chatted. Velvet's mother asked a lot of questions about Tamamo, and I answered what the both of us were comfortable with. We had some after-dinner tea and then decided to turn in for the night. I followed Velvet back to her room so she could show me the accessories she was offering me. What she pulled out were a variety of different things ranging from rings to hair clips to necklaces. You have quite the selection here, Velvet. They're just things I picked up here and there. Some of them were given to me by some annoying guy from other clans that tried to buy their way into my family. None of them caught your eye? I'm of the same persuasion as you, Luna. I see. Too bad for them then. Maybe I can set her and Soleil up with each other after Soleil gets older. Will any of these work, Luna? I looked over the accessories again and a gold and silver necklace stood out to me. I picked it up and asked about it. How about this one? I think it'll look good on you. Any reason why you chose this one? It reminds me of Tamamo's eyes and hair. You're making me blush. If only I could see it. I turned to Velvet and said, now, I'll keep my word and let you brush my tails. I'll lend you my brush, but do you want me to transform to fox form to make it easier? Whatever is more comfortable for you, Luna. I decided to transform because I think it would be easier. I hopped onto the couch and Velvet sat down next to me. Just remember not to lose yourself. Velvet, I can't heal someone's mind with magic. Got it. I gave her some pointers on proper brushing technique, and she started. She was a bit hesitant and clumsy at first, but after a few minutes she got the hang of it. I don't think I'll ever be able to enjoy soft things after this. That's the price you pay when you delve into the abyss. You don't have to make it sound so ominous. Wasn't trying to, I was only stating the truth. Don't focus on only one spot unless it's tangled, please. Sorry. Velvet spent about an hour brushing one tail until she moved on to the second one. I started you out on the tail that I've always had. You're moving to the new one now. That one will probably have some tangled spots. Just remember to be gentle at those places. Do you spend this much time on this every day? Usually, if I spend too little time on it, it gets messy, and if I spend too long, hair starts coming off with the brush. I have kept to this routine since I was 5 when I started brushing my tail on my own. I learned about the optimal timing from my mother and her assistant, and Tamamo helped me develop the technique. It even turned into a unique skill. I've never heard of a person acquiring a unique skill that way. I thought that they were things that lucky people get when they are born. It surprised me too. Velvet continued brushing. Over time she started to slow down the brush and I could feel her hands stopping every so often. I turned my head to face her and looked into her eyes. They started to lose their luster bit by bit. Velvet, focus. Don't lose yourself. Sorry. What? She snapped out of it and her brushing went back to its normal pace. You were sinking. Velvet. This is why I only let Tamamo do this. She has had the most exposure and hasn't sunk too deep. That's not completely true. Luna, the only reason I can still be normal is because of what I am. That doesn't mean I'm not affected. Remember what Atmos told you last time you were here? That I always complained to myself about not comparing to your fluffiness. I remember, but to think that was the cause. I feel like I could take over the world just through the power of fluff. He. Do you want to do that? Not really. Too much work and responsibility. You realize maintaining concepts through an authority is much more work, right? I figured as much. But if I became the empress of the world, I wouldn't be able to join you. I don't care how much work I'll have to do. If I can be beside you, then it'll be fine. You always know what to say to make me happy, you know. I just say what I would like to hear. At times like this I wish I could be next to you. In due time, Luna. Just enjoy your time there. We'll have all eternity together. So don't rush to stop being mortal just yet. I hear you. Are you sleepy, Luna? A bit. How could you tell? You become less restrained with flirting when you get sleepy. Have I ever been restrained when it comes to that? Not really, but this time you actually forgot Velvet was here. I turned my head to face Velvet again and saw her eyes were even dimmer than they were earlier. I moved to the floor and transformed back. I stood in front of Velvet and tried to snap her out of it. Velvet, hey, Velvet, can you hear me? Ugh, Tamamo, what do I do? Try knocking her out. How will that help? It'll be like slapping her awake. But this is something she'll need to sleep off, so why not do both things at the same time? That makes sense, I think. Might as well try. Sorry about this, Velvet. I tried the classic neck chop on Velvet, and, to my surprise, it worked. She slumped over onto the couch. I picked her up and put her on her bed. I then left the room when a thought occurred to me. I don't know where I'm supposed to stay. I had a feeling you forgot, so I asked Sonia to lead you. She should be almost here. Hello, Lady Luna. It seems like you don't know where to go. That is correct. I have no clue about where I'm supposed to go right now. He. Follow me. She led me to a room that was close to Velvet's. I opened the door and bade her a good night. Once she was gone, I got into the bed. It's been a long day. That's true, so take some more rest. I will. Good night, Tamamo. Good night, Luna. Sleep well. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Author's note: titles are hard to make up and I'm sleepy, so good night, my friends. Thanks for reading. Luna, you should get up soon. You have some important things to do today, and you won't have time for your morning routine if you don't wake up. He. It's like Tamamo is whispering in my ear. Do you enjoy that? Only if it's Tamamo. Noted. You still have to wake up though. I'm awake. Say that again when you can hold your head up. Come on, come join me, Tamamo. I'll even brush your tails. Don't tempt me, Luna. He. If you keep doing that, you'll fall off the bed. And there you go. What happened? Finally completely awake? Was I any kind of awake before? Sort of. It was more like awake but not aware of what you're doing. I blame the bed. It's too good. We'll have a better one. I'm going to get ready now. You're so cute when you're embarrassed. I got dressed and brushed my tails like I do every morning. When I was done, I was going to leave to get breakfast when I remembered that I still had to enchant that necklace Velvet gave me. I pulled it out of my inventory and looked it over again. Let's get this over with. Then, I closed my hands around the necklace and started filling it with my mana. I then started to give the mana the image of the effect I wanted to grant to the item. After about a minute, the enchanting was complete. Let's check it out now. I used appraisal on the now enchanted necklace and the result was Necklace of Secrets, a necklace enchanted by a master of illusions. It will hide any physical trait the wearer wishes. Few things can dispel the illusion. Not too bad for a first attempt with illusion enchanting. I put the necklace on, and my second tail disappeared. It's only been like a day, if that, of me having a second tail, but it feels weird not being able to see it. I agree, but it's something you'll have to get used to for now. I walked to the dining room and entered. I saw Velvet sitting in the chair she was last night staring at her hands. I remembered her state last night and walked over to her. You all right, Velvet? Ha, Luna? Morning. Do you think you can tell me what happened last night? I remember brushing your tails to the point that I moved to your second one. Then nothing. You started to lose yourself a bit, or maybe I should say you started to sink? I can still feel the feeling on my hands. Will that affect your daily life? I don't think so. I think the feeling will fade as long as I don't touch your tails for a while. Do you see why I don't let people do that now? Yeah, but as you are my friend, I want to be able to brush your tails and not sink too deeply. What if, one day, you are called to the divine realm again, and I have to watch over your body here? Tamamo, is she still under the effects of the title? A little. Give her a few more hours and she'll be pretty much normal again. What do you mean, pretty much? The abyss will always leave a piece of itself in those who have delved into it. Let someone sink deep enough and they lose themselves. Let someone submerge a little at a time, and they get more resistant to it. They'll never be immune, but they can get to the point I'm at. So, it's a good idea to let Velvet brush my tails every so often? If you want to keep her as a friend for eternity, then you'll have to let her get accustomed to the abyss one day. I'll think about it. Think of it this way, Luna. The only thing you let her do is brush your tails. I'll get your tails and everything else. It felt like my face was boiling. Velvet noticed this and snapped out of her little rant. Luna, what's wrong? Why is your face so red? It's nothing you need to worry about. Are you hungry? I'm hungry. I'm going to eat now. You foo. Anyway, tell me when the feeling goes away, and I'll consider letting you brush my tails again. I want you to get accustomed to the abyss so that you don't, for a lack of a better word, drown in it. I don't want my best friend to lose her mind. Truly, I only said I'd consider it. It was then that some of the maids from last night entered carrying breakfast. They placed the plates down in front of us and left without saying a word. Where's your mother? Asleep. We're vampires. Remember, we're mostly nocturnal. You always seem awake during the day, so it's easy to forget that sometimes. I guess that's fair. So, what is everything we need to do today? We need to go to the guild and meet with the guildmaster. Then we'll probably take some more requests to raise our ranks if they don't rise from our achievements from yesterday. Wouldn't it be a bit too soon? We reached rank E just before the whole doofus debacle after all. Well, we did take out a curse wolf and the cult leader yesterday. A curse wolf is considered a D rank threat, but the one yesterday could have easily been C rank due to it being part of a horde of undead. Don't we also have to take a test to rank up to D and beyond? Yeah, but I doubt we'll have any trouble with it since it's normally just a test to see if you can kill people like bandits. If it's just that, then I already handled that. On my way to the city some bandits stopped us. The adventurers that were there to guard us let me take one out. So this test will be pretty easy. Changing the subject. How are your stats? You leveled up a lot, so what changed? Let me check. Name, Lunar Race, Kitsune Sex, Female Level, 21 Class, Quad Mage HP, Error MP, Errorvit, Errordef, Errorres, Errorstr, Errorint, Erroregi, Errordex, Error Skills, Presence Detection, Trap Detection, Trap Disarming, Trap Creation, Dagger LV, 9, Short Sword LV, 10, Archery LV.8, Poison Crafting, Appraisal LV, 10, Mana Regeneration LV, 10, Stealth LV.9, Cooking LV.8, Sewing LV.7, Sleep Resistance LV, 10, Restraint LV.9, Brushing Technique LV, 10, Telepathy LV.5, Intimidation LV, 3 Magic Skills, Ice Magic LV, 10, Lightning Magic LV, 10, Healing Magic LV, 10, Space Magic LV, 10 Race Skills, Illusion Magic LV, 10, Spirit Vision, Fox Fire, Fox Transformation, Enhanced Senses, Night Vision, Enhanced Physical Strength Unique Skills, Status Effect Immunity, Ice Mist, Language Comprehension, Infinite Inventory, Divine Fluff Technique Blessings, Divine Protection, and titles Divine Protection of the Moon Goddess, Reincarnated, Fated One of the Moon Goddess, Abyssal Fluff, Master of Ice, Master of Lightning, Master of Illusions, Short Sword Master, Magic Swordsman, Master Healer, Master of Space, Sage Well, my stats still say error, so I don't know what changed there, but several of my skill went up. I finally maxed out healing and space magic and got the titles that comes from that. My telepathy skill is now level 5 and intimidation is at level 3. Mana regeneration hit level 10. I also got the sage title. You're as ridiculous as always. No one has gotten the sage title in such a long time that the method to acquire it is thought to have been lost. Well then let me find out how I got it. Sage, title given to one who has mastered several magics to their utmost level. This title allows one to have an easier time developing new spells as well as making it easier to teach others the newly created spells. Well, that's simple. Luna, that is in no way simple. You having this title means that you have reached the peak of magic in several areas. Well, all the magic skills I have are now at level 10, so I guess I have. I'm more looking forward to creating spells. I have a few ideas to make spells for defense with space magic. This will make it hard for you if you ever want to visit the country of the elves. They do have the biggest magic academy there, don't they? They do. If they find out you have the sage title, you'll probably be asked to become a scholar there for the rest of your life. Well, damn. I wanted to visit there at least once, but I guess that's a bad idea now. What did you want to do there? I wanted to test my archery skill against their general. She fought by my dad's side against the fiends, and he always praised her archery. So, you just wanted to compete against her? Yep, it sounds fun, right? I guess. I don't really see the thrill in it, but I'll root for your victory. I will as well. Thanks. We finished our breakfast and stood up to leave. To the guild we go. Author's note: as of today I'm on spring break. I will try to push as many chapters as I can, so be ready for it. Thanks for reading. I looked around where we were after exiting Velvet's home. So, you live in the Nobles District? Yeah, but this is the part of it that is closest to the Common District. Our organization has a deal with the king, though I've never personally met him. What is this deal? Basically, we search for and give information about corrupt or malicious nobles and merchants to the king, and we get a place in the Nobles District, the right to freely move about the country exempt from searches, and the right to drain the blood of convicts. So, you're basically like a black ops organization that helps keep the country from tearing itself apart from the inside? To put it simply, yes. Speaking of blood, is there any special meaning to it? For us, blood is like a required food. We can eat normally, but we need to have blood at least once every 2 months or so if we want to stay healthy. If we don't, we get extremely sick. As for special meaning, it depends. To get what we need, we usually drain it from animals or deserving people. In my old world, the vampires in most stories bite the neck and drink. That act is reserved solely for our partner. We call it sharing blood. 2 individuals bite each other and take a small amount of the other's blood into their body to symbolize the 2 of them sharing their lives. If one of the individuals isn't a vampire, will doing that turn them into one? No, that is a different ritual. That one requires a vampire to sacrifice all their mana and some life force and bestow it onto the other. It can only be done once, and it will leave both individuals extremely weak for some time. That ritual is rarely ever done. While we were discussing this, we made it to the exit of the Nobles District. We entered the Common District in the east. While walking, we could hear the people around us talking about yesterday's events. The speculations on what the cause was were entertaining to hear. They ranged from simple to outrageous. One speculation was that a lich with a grudge on the country appeared. Another one was that the animals and monsters of the forest got tired of being hunted, so they taught themselves necromancy and attacked the city in revenge. That last speculation was funny, wasn't it? It was, though I wish it was as simple as that. It's been taken care anyway, so we shouldn't worry about that. We don't have to worry about that, right? No, the god of war and nature would never let that happen. That's a strange combination to have, is it? The way he describes it makes it seem like those two go together. How does he describe it? The only way to survive in nature is to go to war with all things around you. If you don't, you will be killed instead, and the rest of your race will as well. It makes sense. Nature is like a war to become the top in order not to get hunted down and eaten after all. I guess that is an interesting way to see survival of the fittest. So, wait, does that make all things in nature a follower of the god of war? Do the gods even need believers to maintain themselves anyway? To answer you in order, no and not really. Most animals, plants, insects, and monsters don't have enough intelligence to believe in him. As for the other, the number of believers we have makes it easier to maintain the concepts we have an authority over. It's like a morale boost, like people telling you good going on a job well done. What about concepts that don't have gods maintaining them? They are maintained by spirits and their leaders until a suitable god or goddess is either born or ascends to take up the role. But you don't need to worry about this stuff just yet. Luna, you'll have all the time you could ever want to learn this stuff later. Alright, you done with your conversation? Yeah, I was just making sure we don't have to actually worry about necromancer animals. We arrived at the guild while Velvet was giving me a strange look. We entered and walked up to the desk. I didn't see Shutan or Ibaraki around, so we went up to an unoccupied receptionist. Welcome to the guild today, how can I help? I was about to state our business when Velvet handed over a letter. The receptionist looked at it and her face turned serious. I see, please follow me. The guild master has been expecting the both of you. As we followed the receptionist, I quietly asked Velvet about that letter. What was that? Couldn't we just ask to report to the guild master like we have before? Luna, you're already weird enough that you meet the guild master so much while being the rank you're at. That letter was given to me by my mother before you woke up. She said it has all the information that her subordinates could find about any stragglers. Even if the guild master is expecting us, we need to have something to prove it. I have an introduction letter that can let me meet him. You know, I didn't know that. You never told me before. Oh, We made it to the now familiar door and were let in. The guildmaster was sitting at his desk while surrounded by a mountain of papers. It's good to see that the two of you are all right. I heard you fell unconscious due to mana depletion. Miss Luna, are you sure you should be walking around? I'm better now. Thank you for your concern. Now, on to business. Miss Velvet, you have something from the Belmont clan to give to me. Yes, I do. My mother told me to only show it to the receptionist and you. Wait, you're a part of the Belmont clan? I am the head's daughter. I apologize for never taking the time to meet you before, or introducing myself fully the last few times we have met. It's fine, I assume there were circumstances that caused this. Your clan also has ties to the Adventurers Guild? It's the same kind of deal as with the country. Okay, while I am curious about why the two of you are in a party together, I'll leave it alone. What can you tell me about your battle yesterday? Depends on what you already know. I assume you spoke with the knight leader that took charge in the south? I did. He told me that the two of you held off a big part of the horde and killed a curse wolf and the necromancer in charge of that area. Those are the general points covered. What specifics do you want to know? Why you were able to fight a curse wolf and, if possible, the identity of the necromancer you fought. I was told by Mr. Steward that the two of you have more information regarding him. I can tell you about the fight, but Velvet knows more about the guy we fought. For the reason we could fight the curse wolf, I have a unique skill that can counteract curses. Remember. So, it was only logical for me to fight it. As for Velvet helping me, I'm a good enough healer to be able to help her if she got hit. I haven't cured a curse before, but it shouldn't pose that much of a problem. I think. I do remember about the unique skill, but why were you? No, you clearly gave off a stronger impression when you teleported into my office at that time, so it makes sense that you could handle a curse wolf. Now, what about the necromancer? He was the leader of the cult of Laya, and you're certain of this? As certain as the moon will rise at night. And your source? I am not allowed to say. Just know that it's just as credible as the person themselves saying it. Can we be sure he's actually dead this time? I still remember what happened at the coastal city. I appraised him before he died. He was afflicted with a curse from the god of death. Then he is more than dead. Is there anything else you need from us? No, though I do need to reward the two of you for reporting to me and giving us a small amount of time to prepare as well as taking out the leader of the incident. I'll raise your ranks to D and exempt you from the exam since the both of you have already shown you can kill a person. You will also be able to rank up to rank C immediately after taking the required quests. Which quests are those? At least one successful escort quest and a delivery quest to someplace outside of the capital. Okay, I guess we'll go and find one of those quests then. Take this note to the receptionist that brought you here and she'll take care of your rank up. Have a good day you too. Same to you, Guild Master. We left the office and went back down the stairs and to the counter. I handed over the note and we completed the rank up procedure. We were now officially D rank adventurers. Hey Velvet, is it normal to rank up this fast? No, but this time is an exception. If I had to guess, any low-rank adventurer that participated and survived yesterday ranked up or is close to it. Emergency quests like that don't happen very often, but when they do, it causes a lot of fast rank ups. It seems like that could be exploited by people. I don't know how, but in the event of emergency quests, guild cards track the participation of every individual, so anyone that doesn't participate but say they did can be checked. Well, that's convenient. So, what kind of quest do you want to take? Escort or delivery? Let's check what's available first. Going over the D-rank delivery and escort quests, a few caught my eye. They seemed easy enough to complete. I was going to suggest one to Velvet when I saw a delivery quest that was interesting. Hey Velvet, what do you think of this one? Delivery of supplies for the annual Vanquishing Festival. Location Shrine Village. You want to take it and visit your home? I mean, I've been away for a month now. And real reason? I want to show off my second tail to my parents. But it will also be extremely easy. Since it's my home and all, we could get the supplies and I could teleport us there. No need for 2 weeks travel, and we could take part in the festival. Plus, I can introduce you to Soleil and get the two of you used to each other. While I feel like you still have some hidden motive, I agree that this should be an easy quest for us, especially with your inventory skill. With that we won't even need a cart to bring the supplies. Then let's go and accept this quest. We headed to the counter for the third time today and accepted the quest. I can't wait to see their faces when I tell them about everything that's happened. But don't you send letters almost every day? Yeah, but nothing beats a live reaction. Author's note, soon the little sister will meet the vampire. What will happen? Find out soon. Thanks for reading. So, where is the place we need to get the supplies at? The east or north? The company that the supplies were ordered from is located in the north, so we should check there first. We headed to the northern part of the city, and after about an hour of searching, we found the place we were looking for. The place looked more like a warehouse than an actual merchant office. We went inside and were greeted with a hectic scene. This place looks like Wall Street. What's that? Something from my old world. We looked around for an empty or less occupied line and eventually found one. Velvet and I chatted while waiting and an hour passed. The line we were in was about half as long as it was when we got in it, but it was moving faster than most of the others. After another hour of waiting, we finally made it to the front of the line. Welcome, how can I help you today? We accepted a delivery request from the Adventurers Guild. Here are the documents. I see, wait here for a second. The lady we were talking to said this, then went into the back room. After about 2 minutes she came back with a middle-aged man behind her. Are you two the adventurers that accepted this quest? We are. Follow me then. We followed the man into another door that led to the back of the building. I'm grateful that you two took this quest. We posted it last week, but no one took it. We were worried we would have to deliver this stuff ourselves. This place does seem to be very busy. Yeah, we won the right to lead the capital's Vanquishing Festival this year, so we have most of our people out and about right now. Won the right? All us merchant companies hold a competition to choose the lead of the festival each year. We got lucky that last year's lead decided not to participate this time, so we won the competition and now we have to prepare the festival. What do you get out of leading the festival? We get our name out there. The publicity we get for this will let our company grow and expand outside the country. I see, then I wish you luck in your endeavors. Thanks, Missy. Here we are. Everything ordered for the Shrine Village is in this cart. I hope you don't meet any problems on the road, or you'll end up being late. We'll be able to handle anything that we come across, I said while chuckling inwardly. Velvet was also chuckling at my side. The man had left us alone and went back to his other business, and we checked for everything with the list he gave us. Are we missing anything? No, just don't forget about the list and we'll be good. You're up. I stored everything in my inventory, and we left the company. I wonder how confused they'll be when they see that the cart is still there. Maybe you should have stored it too. We don't want them thinking we stole everything. If we did that, then why would we leave the cart? If I was going to steal something, I would take the cart provided then switched it in a different location. I guess that's a good point. Anyway, where do you want to teleport away from? Somewhere inside the city, or a bit away from it? Let's head over to that alley over there. We entered the alley and I grabbed onto Velvet's arm. I invoked the teleportation spell and in a split second we found ourselves in my room at the shrine. It's nice to see this room again. So, this is your room? How minimalistic. I just like to keep it clean and organized. It's an old habit. That's enough about me though. Let's go and tell my parents we're here and deliver the quest items. Lead the way. Then, we left my room and I started to lead the way to where we would most likely find my mother when I heard something coming towards us at a fast pace. Big sis, Soleil rounded a corner and sprinted towards us. When she got close enough she leapt straight into a hug, knocking me to the ground. Ouch. Soleil, what have I told you about doing that? Sorry big sis, it'll happen again in the future. It should be not happen again. How did you even know I was here? I could hear it calling me. Hear what calling you? Nothing, she said, a little panicked. What are you hiding from me, Soleil? Who is this, big sis? She's Velvet, my party member and the person I was telling you about in my letters. And we'll talk about whatever you're hiding from me later. TCH. So, this is the little sister I've heard so much about. It's nice to meet you. I'm Velvet. I'm Soleil. Big sis, what are you doing back? Did you decide to quit adventuring or something? No, we took a quest to deliver some things for the Vanquishing Festival here. Also don't be rude. While I was scolding Soleil, Anna turned the corner, clearly looking for Soleil. Sol, what are you running off for? You still have things you need to do. When she saw what was happening, her eyes widened in surprise. Lady Luna, what are you doing back? Hello Anna, we're here on a delivery quest. I thought that it would be extremely easy to finish since I could just teleport here. That makes sense. Oh, pardon my rudeness. My name is Anastasia. I assume you are Lady Velvet, Lady Luna's party member. Yes, I am Velvet. It's nice to meet you. Anna, do you know if mom or dad are busy? Your mother is in her office going over documents regarding the festival, while your father is training the newest soldiers. He's going extra hard on one of them this time. Does this person only have one arm? Yes, how did you know? Because I'm the reason he lost one arm. I glanced over to Soleil to see if she would try to go off and fight the guy, but she just stayed the same place she was sitting at. Anna, is Soleil alright? I kind of expected her to run off and tear that guy's throat out. She has been relatively tame since you left and has gotten even calmer since a few weeks ago. I'm guessing you figured out a way to get rid of charm? Yeah. So, she was affected by that skill after all. She was, but now that she isn't she should be less fanatic about you. That's good, but it doesn't explain how she knew I was here. I never sent a letter beforehand. We can talk about that later. For now let's go meet your mother. So, you learned the telepathy skill, Lady Luna? Yep, got it when I first used Fox Transformation. How did you figure out how to use it? Using Foxfire in combat. Interesting, we'll have to record that for the future. We all walked to Mom's office. Velvet asked Anna and Soleil several questions about the shrine and how things work here. Anna answered most of them while Soleil took several glances at Velvet, but never spoke to her. How am I ever going to get these two together? Just let it happen naturally. You got them to meet, and that is the hardest part. I think the hardest part will be getting Soleil to acknowledge Velvet. If that doesn't happen while they are around each other now, you'll just have to wait for Soleil to officially join you on your adventure. I guess you're right. As I was talking with Tamamo, I walked right into a door. Ouch, Lady Luna, you really need to fix that bad habit of yours. She's right, Luna. You can't just ignore the world around you when you talk with her. Even I can't defend you on this point. Big sis, it's a real problem. Even you, Soleil? Of course, you always do this. Big sis, if you don't fix this problem, there's no telling what trouble you'll get yourself into. What's going on out here? Mom came out of the room whose door I ran into. Oh, it's just you, Luna. Did you lose focus again while talking to the goddess? Wait, what are you even doing back here, Luna? I'll explain shortly, but can we call Dad here first? Sure, can you go get him, Anna? Of course, Lady Amagi. Anna said this and left to get Dad while Mom let us in and told us to sit down. The second we all sat down, Soleil placed her tail in my lap and, out of habit, I pulled out my brush and started brushing her tail. Author's note, here is the chapter. I'm going to sleep now. Thanks for reading. While waiting for Dad to get here, Mom, Velvet, and I made some small talk while Soleil was acting like she obtained a sort of enlightenment. Big sis, I think I understand the true meaning of fluff. I see you are enjoying yourself. Soleil, I'm happy my new unique skill makes you feel good like this. Mom's ears twitched a bit when I said this. You got a new unique skill? That was possible? I think it's because of my special circumstances. So, something to do with the goddess? Yep, a unique skill born from the brushing technique, skill reaching level 10 and access to brushing the tail of a goddess. It lets me bring things close to my level of fluff. Maybe I'll ask you to brush my tail once before you set off again. Then, ask me anytime. It was then that Anna returned with Dad. Hello Luna, it's good to see you again. Hello Dad, the feeling's mutual. Lady Luna, what's wrong with Soleil? She has experienced the greatest tail brushing in the mortal world. Mom is next in line, but I can add you to the list. Oh, you haven't offered that to me or your mother since you were little. So, Luna, to what do we owe the pleasure of you and your friend's visit? Before I answer that, let me introduce my party member. This is Velvet. I met her a few days after making it to the capital and we partied up due to a recommendation from Tamamo. It's nice to meet you all. I am Velvet. The Lord Deacon may know my family name of Belmont. So you're a vampire? I am. I guess I should thank the goddess for introducing the two of you. You seem less fanatic when it comes to the goddess and Luna in turn. Yes, out of all the vampires in this country, only my mother and I know about Luna's relationship with the goddess, and we plan on keeping it that way for as long as possible. That's good. With that out of the way, we're here on a quest to deliver something for the Vanquishing Festival. I was thinking that we could stay here for the festival before going back to the capital. After that we can head off to the Celestia Kingdom, preferably on an escort quest so that we can move up to C rank. You're already D rank? We are. It was thanks to having high participation in an emergency quest. Dad's eyes turned serious after hearing my words. Did something happen in the capital? I was never informed? It happened yesterday, so you probably wouldn't have. Which leads me to my next point. I stood up from my seat and walked to the center of the room. I took off my newly enchanted necklace and the illusion on my body disappeared. Upon seeing my second tail, everyone's, with the exception of Velvet, eyes widened in shock. You got a second tail. I did indeed. Soleil, congratulations Luna. This means you're one step closer to the goddess. Thanks Mom. I must say it suits you. Luna, makes me wonder how beautiful you'll look with 9. The goddess is truly lucky. I know I am. They can't hear you, remember. But you can. Luna, you are still in the middle of talking with us. Don't start ignoring the world just yet. Sorry. Now, what exactly happened in the capital? I'll take over the explanation from here since Luna is clearly still distracted. Thank you, Miss Velvet. Sorry for the trouble my daughter is causing you. It's fine, Lord Deacon. I'm used to it by now. I don't know what she was like when she was here, but she often loses herself to her talks with the goddess that I've gotten used to it. I hope she learns to at least pay some attention to her surroundings. Anyway, yesterday the capital was attacked by large hordes of undead led by the cult of Laya. So, they made their move after 60 years. Were you there when they last did something? No, but my father was. He used to tell me that what happened at the coastal city was horrible, even if the cult ultimately failed at whatever they were trying to accomplish. Well, at least we don't have to worry about them again. The leader was killed as well as the rest of its members. Any stragglers are being hunted down by the guild and my mother's subordinates. Who killed the leader? Luna. The both of us were on the side of the capital he attacked. Close to the end of the battle he showed up and started going after me since my family has apparently caused him a lot of trouble. Me and Luna fought him, and she landed the final blow. I see. Dad looked over to me just as I was finishing with my conversation with Tamamo. Luna, good job on ridding the world of that cult and its leader. Thanks. Now on to something different. Luna, care to explain why you froze the arm off a person? I know you explained it in your letter, but I want to hear the reason again from the source. I slumped my shoulders. That wasn't one of my best days, you know. Velvet and I finished a request, got attacked by an undead bear, killed it, reported to the guild. Then things happened. My charm skill maxed out and turned into a curse, which was nullified by my status effect immunity unique skill, which caused my emotions to run wild. That guy just so happened to grab my tail and try to court me, I guess, and me being me, I overreacted big time. The guy totally deserved what he got, but I reflected on my actions already. I see. The only reason I brought this up is because that same guy just arrived here a few days ago to join as a soldier. Anna did tell me you were going extra hard on a newbie. I'm guessing that's him? Yeah, it's difficult to train someone with only one arm, but he's cooperating at least. Do you know what else happened to him? Though, aside from training, he's kind of despondent. I heard from the guild master that, after his encounter with me, he went on to harass the daughter of the Duke and the second princess. I witnessed the incident with the Duke's daughter but not the other one. I glanced at Soleil again, but she was still in post-tail brushing bliss. He sure is an unlucky one. He's still alive after everything, so I think it balances out. Guess so. I'll train him up to be a decent soldier in person. Now, where do you need to deliver festival supplies? Several places. We should be able to deliver it all in about 2 hours. I'm glad you took that request. Luna, the people who asked me to send out the request have been coming by every day to see if the supplies have come in. I forgot you are the one who sends those out. Mom, I guess we should go and finish our job before we get too comfortable here. Let's head out then. Luna, it was a pleasure meeting you all. The same to you, Miss Velvet. You are welcome here anytime. Amagi POV. As soon as Luna and Velvet left the room, the rest of us except Soleil all sighed. It's good to see that she is the same as ever, though I wish she would pay more attention to everything around her. I think she has gotten a little better. Not much, but a little. Miss Velvet is going to have a hard time. Speaking of her, what do you think? Do we need to worry? No, I've worked with their organization to rout out corruption in the capital before. They're good people if not a bit overzealous when it comes to the goddess. Though Miss Velvet is different. I didn't feel the craziness from her that I did when working with vampires previously. They did say that the goddess was involved. I'm guessing that means Miss Velvet might be an oracle. How envious. We might be able to do something about that. You know. I straightened up upon hearing those words in my head. What do you mean by that? Goddess? You fulfill most of the conditions to become an apostle. The only thing left to do is to agree to my terms. And what are your terms? Simple. Pledge yourself to me and agree to act as my voice in the mortal world. Didn't I do something similar when I became the head priestess here? You did, but that was only in name. By agreeing to these terms, it will become official. If you agree, you will earn the title Apostle of the Moon, gain immortality, and have access to come and go from my place in the divine domain freely. The stipulation is that, when I ask you to do something, you need to carry it out without fail. Can I have some time to think about it? Of course, take all the time you need. Discuss it with your husband. Just don't tell Luna. It's too early for her to learn of apostles, even if she already made one. What? Is something wrong, Amagi? I'll leave it at that for today. If you come up with an answer, go to the innermost part of the shrine and pray to me. I started to massage the bridge of my nose. So many things are happening today. Would you like me to make some relaxing tea? Please, we're all going to need it. What shocked you so much, Amagi? It seems I have the qualification to become an apostle of the goddess. Anna dropped the kettle she was holding and ran over to me. Truly, that is a great honor. Did you accept? Do I need to start praying to you as well? Does Lady Luna know about this? Calm down, Anna. I haven't accepted yet. I wanted to discuss it first. I don't know about the second thing, and the goddess said to make sure Luna doesn't find out yet. She said it's too early for her to learn about apostles and that she already has one. What? Both Deacon and Anna yelled at the same time. Do you know who it is? No, but I think it is likely Miss Velvet. We'll have to ask her about it when we can get her alone. Thank goodness Soleil is still dazed. I don't think she would take kindly to that. Take kindly to what? You're back already, Soleil? Yeah, I don't really know what happened, but I do know Big Sis has improved her tail brushing. I think she's even better than you. Mom, oh, we'll see about that. Did you forget that I'm the one who taught her? No, but it just felt different. It was similar to the feeling I get when I sneakily pet her tail. You do what, Soleil? You didn't tell them. Mom, I haven't had the chance. We've all been extremely busy, you know. We're going to need to talk to Luna about this. I agree. When they get back, I'll talk privately with Miss Velvet. Deacon, you can take Luna and Soleil and have them figure out what to do. Anna, I want you with me. I understand. Soleil, I'll try to mediate for you as best I can. Thank you. Author's note, here is a chapter that isn't posted late at night. Have fun and thanks for reading.